Alright, it's time to talk about, is the game free to play or pay to win? And this is going to mainly be me reacting to your guys' thoughts on all of this. I will be giving my thoughts where I think it's necessary, but I think there's two main units that all of this discussion has been sparking around. And let's just say a lot of people have been talking. So I made basically three whole things. Now there's 194 comments on this video, okay? There is 160 comments on this poll with 12,000 votes and mostly saying that the game is free to play. And then on the redo, it's even higher, but only 4,000 votes, saying it's still free to play, even with the banner rush. So of course, we found out this morning that Julius is coming out on Christmas. So Tectone basically said it in here, saying that Julius Nova Chrono will be I don't know, coming out on the Christmas Eve. So yeah, W Tectone, honestly W Tectone. But this made people, even on my Twitter, right? If we go to my Twitter right now, I think it's the Julius post also. People are, a lot. Some people are mad, some people are happy. I don't get why they release so many banners at once, right? So I want to talk about all this. I want to make this a pretty long video, and I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments again, right? I've been reading a lot of the comments, been agreeing with some, been disagreeing with others. Now I got to talk about what I personally believe is free to play or pay to win. I think everyone has a different view on it, so I think it's important to establish my view on it. Okay. I personally believe a free-to-play or more free-to-play game compared to more free-to-play, more pay-to-win game is a game that offers many things to free-to-play players to have a decently competitive account comparable to pay-to-win players if people are smart, okay? And that's all we've been doing. Try to make it so that people who have free-to-play accounts are going to play smart. And I think people who haven't played smart or aren't budgeting their resources right are the ones who are suffering. People who play the game free to play should not have the exact same experience as someone who plays free to play. That is my personal opinion, and it is one I honestly stand by. Okay, on JP it was too close. You could go free to play and have the exact same experience, dupe out the exact same units as the whales, because the whales aren't going to be duping out some fucking random ass Asta who sucks, okay? So I personally believe that as we are right now, the game is still very free to play, okay? There are not many games who give you the new best units in the game for free and then also give you the means to dupe them out for free. We are able to pick a free seasonal every single season, okay? Every single season with a gateway key that we get every single season from the advanced missions. Okay, every 20 days we get one. And guess how long a season is? About 20 days. Okay, right here, gateway key. You could use one key a season, and you get one key a season. Besides that, we get enough universal dupes to dupe out the people we need to dupe out. Okay, I gotta get off the technical. It's a bit weird. So yes, I want to talk about this one first and talk about after Julius came out and how people see it. Okay, so let's look a bit at this, see what people think. Now actually I do want to go into this. People you don't need to max dupe. No, you don't even need to like have any dupes on her. Okay, the way I see the world, it's either 0 dupes or everything, and even at everything you don't need her with max dupes. You don't need a ton of resources because she's amazing either way. Now why I was saying in this video that I was happy with Julius coming out earlier is because I am so tired of Noel meta. I hate the Noel meta. I really do. And because Charmy got pushed up, it's going to be longer, okay? Charmy makes it so much more annoying, okay? Because she gives the highest defense increase in the game. It's Charmy. So put that with a barrier of 100k and you're just there for forever, okay? So I don't like it. And I'm happy that we're going to have Julius coming out about a week after, even quicker, I think 5 days after Noel. And I understand the banner rush, but then you got to consider, you get her for free. If you already have SR Charmy, you do not need necessarily Season 2 Charmy. She is a great asset, but you do not need her. What you do need is a Noel with a key. Do you need her dupes? No. 2 dupes, she just gets a barrier. Is the barrier great? No. Max dupe, sure, it's pretty good. You get counters. You could counter 2 or 3 times. Is it going to kill anyone? Usually not, unless your units are really not built. So she doesn't need to be duped out. She doesn't have the worth value compared to Julius, who gets 3 speed and gets a full res. A full res, bro. That's insane. That's insane. Okay, so As a free-to-play, you do not need to max dupe Noelle. She's not going to become a different unit. She's going to become a better unit, but she's already a 10 out of 10 unit. Julius at no dupes is a 9 out of 10 unit. 2 dupes, he's a 9.5 out of 10 unit. And max dupes, he's a 10 out of 10 unit, okay? That's how I see him. So, it would be nice if people start realizing you don't need to max dupe Noelle before I go into this, okay? Alright, so it's hard to say. In the beginning, okay, which one are we on? 12,001. Okay. In the beginning, we get a lot of newbie goodies, but most of those are like once and done kind of rewards. So if you got it, you can't get it again. Also, I don't play JPK on Canada server, so I'm not sure how free to play it is and how much summoning currency to get monthly. I could guess it is free to play friendly if you could easily farm to get more currency besides the arena. That's where whale territories are. Is there? Nah, a lot of free to plays are in like the top leagues. I don't really think so. Again, I didn't play the other version, so it's hard to say if it's free to play or pay to win. It is more pay to win than the free to play version, but it's like if we're going on a scale, right? Like from 1 to 10, and JP is like on a 0, global would be on like a 3 or 4, which to me falls in a good free to play radius, right? Now this one has 127 likes. What if I look at the ones that are like the most liked? I'm honestly worried about the game because I've heard the game is not doing well because it's super free to play with all the free stuff and free seasonal characters you get. People don't appreciate when the game gives a lot of free shit, but when the drives try to earn a bit of money by making Black Asta paywalled, everyone loses their minds and forget all the free shit they got. Pulling one Black Asta is enough for being free to play because they give out dupes. You can at least give the game credit for being free to play friendly and not disregard everything else. There are some things in this game that does that other games doesn't. That is true, okay? Because the thing is with Black Asta, the whole situation is silly because people are not listening. I could say, okay, I write in my titles, like in quotations, paywalled, because I know people refer to it as that, okay? But then people click on the video, they listen to me say that Black Asta, you can do 200 summons with free crystals, and they're like, oh my god, Julius is going to be paywalled. And then what's even funnier is I made a full section, okay, a full section on this specific video. Which one was it? So I made it, first of all, a full video. Where is it? I'm blind. I made this one saying that Julius will not be paid. And then I even added another section here, okay, saying why will global Julius's banner be the same as Black Asta's? And I said no. And people were like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be pay to win." So to me, it sounds like people want to complain. That's how it sounds to me. If I'm wrong, you tell me, but it genuinely sounds like people are complaining to complain because either they didn't manage the resources correctly or they want to be angry. You know, fair enough. Be angry. Honestly, be angry. Just not in my comments. I don't give a fuck about you. So let's see the replies. 36 replies. This is going to be interesting. There's different options that making a character pay to win. It's not though, because which free to play is honestly going to be summoning more than 200 pulls on a festival. It's just any banner. Are you telling me you're going to have enough resources as a free-to-play to do more than 200 pulls on Julius's banner if you would come out with that archetype? No, you're not. This take is so brain-dead. There's no defense to paywalling units. I'm skipping over. Yes, free-to-play can get the characters, but to upgrade them to max level is the problem because you need to get the characters 6 times to max your stars. Well, guess what, buddy? Guess what? They're giving you 18 universal SSR dupes from monthlies alone. They're giving you 3 from Mage's Path. You're getting 1 per raid for the moment. It might increase, might decrease. We'll have to see. But it's not going to decrease, but it might increase. You're getting enough. You're getting usually around 2 to 3 universal dupes every single month. And you don't have to max dupe a lot of units in this game. And guess what? The unfeatureds, they give you 6 unfeatured universal dupes. I made a video on that. Check it out. It's, where is it? I should have just a tab open with all my videos and my videos. I should have a tab open with like my videos showing so I could show you guys which video it is when I talk about it. But this one, 6 free unfeatured, and I set up the best to dupe 4 units mainly. So yeah, you get enough to max dupe the units you need to max dupe. People are so caught up with wanting every single unit, but you don't need every single unit. You get the units you want. If you want every single unit, that is not the game's fault. Pay. If you want every single unit, buy. Okay, buy. You want this game to last. This game's made a lot of money. People are downloading the game. 5 million downloads. $5 million in about, what, 10 days? Very good. Okay, very good. And they need the money. JP has been such a colossal failure that Global needs to make up for it. Now, by saying this doesn't mean they should make it pay to win. I don't think it's pay to win. They would have taken out universal dupes completely if it was to become pay to win. But we could still contend and have the units we need, like Julius. And then guess who's the next unit you would actually need to max dupe? Fucking actually no one. He's the only unit that I'd say max dupe changes him completely. If we look at other units, people like fucking Langris is pretty good max dupe, but he's not. He still sucks. Like he still sucks, right? Magna becomes better. He's fun at max dupe, but you only need him 2 dupes. Charlotte only need 2 dupe. The season 4 Charlotte 5 dupes makes sense, but I don't think her. It's more on a whale team. But obviously, free to plays could easily contend with these whale teams. Okay, let's continue. I can max dupe a character free to play, but it took time. Max dupes give you extra power. Yeah, you can get it free to play. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You have to compromise some way or another. If you want to pay nor want to wait, that's a problem. If you neither want to pay nor want to wait, that's a problem. Yes, guys, pay to win should have an advantage. They have a bit of an advantage, but I don't think it's to a point where it's insane. The pay to wins at the moment are a bit ahead. I'm pretty sure I'm going to see comments like this, but it's pay to progress, not pay to win. You are progressing much quicker right now, but at a certain point, the pay to win aspect is going to plateau. And it's going to be the same. But right now, they are more ahead. But that does not mean at all, okay, that doesn't mean at all that global or free-to-play players cannot contend, because of the fact if you focus in on a certain amount of units and you build those up, you are going to be doing as good as a pay-to-win player. Because a lot of the good units at the moment are unfeatured, okay? And the thing is with unfeatured, it's very hard to get their dupes. And then you got to consider, okay, if we're looking at it, they don't have too many dupes in those units. And then the free-to-plays also don't. So you're looking very similar. Then you got to consider you're also fighting bots, okay, in PvP. As long as you don't care about PvP rankings, it will be very free-to-play friendly. I've seen Vulcan add, though, like a lot of people free-to-plays that I know in the top ranks. Obviously, you got to put more time in, but that's how it should be. If you're able, if you're able to be in the top ranks as a free-to-play, even if you have to give more time, that to me makes sense. Money, quicker. Free, slower. But guess what? Free and money could both be up there. Oh my god. That's how I see it. Okay, that's how I see it. You let me know. This is my takes, right? People could disagree with me, and I'm totally fine with that. I'm reading all these comments. I'm having fun with this because I feel like we're having a discussion in this, and I want you guys to timestamp certain parts that you disagree with. Let me know in the comments, and I'll try to respond to as many comments as I can, or make a follow-up video. We will see. Depending on the summons, it's quite free to play, but the pay-to-win players have 1,500 stamina daily, while us only get 500-ish. So that's a very big disadvantage. As of right now, yeah. In the future, it won't really matter. It really won't. Like, you'll have your sets built. Then it's like, oh, I don't really know what I need to use my stamina for. XP. All my units are level 100. Oh, let me just farm some crystals with Bond. That's it. This game gives us a lot of for free, but it all depends on luck. Very true. Because of the bad drop rates, I don't believe in this. 1% rate up and then 2% for the dual rate ups is pretty good. But yeah, I agree with this. The total SSR rate is pretty bad. But still, I think it's pretty decent. It sucks how big the gap between a free-to-play and pay-to-win player is. All in all, I would say the game is free-to-play friendly. It gives a lot of stuff that makes it free-to-play friendly, but as of right now, it is pay-to-progress, but not pay-to-win. Because as a free-to-play, you can still beat a pay-to-win player easily. It's more free-to-play, max Noel, and I got a really good team. You just got to be dedicated to the grind. Like every day, you got to do the daily tasks, etc., etc., etc. Because you also get one free summon a day, which is pretty good. But yeah. You can max dupe a lot of stuff. You can still get a lot. It is rushing. Okay, I want to start talking about that. It is rushing, and I've seen people say that it's seeming very much like milking us very quickly. Cash grab, that's the word I was looking for. Cash grab. I don't really think so. I would say if this was a short-term project for them, I could agree with you. But the way I see it, either they're using this money to invest or they're trying to do something else. Now, what people are not realizing because they didn't play JP, the Julius banner on JP came out with a 999 times selective summon where you could redo a multi 999 times, okay, and choose the multi you want, which means, let's say you're missing one of the unfeatured SSRs. I'm not going to pull it up. Let's say you're missing one of the unfeatured SSRs. You're able, from that multi, from the multi you choose out of the 999 times you do it with a guaranteed SSR mage, you're able to choose the multi that you need, maybe either for SR Charmy, okay, SR, not SR Soul, because you would just go for SSR Mars, right? You go for Mars, Lotus, Rhodes, William, Charmy, right? All these units, Frenro, Voltos, you could try to get a multi with Rhodes and Voltos, right? So there's many ways you could go about it. And being able to get those with Julius is a bonus. And if they take that out, I'm on your side, y'all. I'm on your side. We need that banner. I'm a fucking revolt. I'm telling Garena right now, like, if they take that out, it's over. Now, I know Garena themselves, they've told me they want to make this a long-term project. So increasing the pay to win aspect a bit more is fine, because the game was before a 0 out of 10 in terms of pay to win scale. People were saving 100k crystals, being able to stay top ranks at PvP. Okay, I'm telling you, there was nothing that we had to do to really be rewarded on JP. And the way it is now, you have to play more. Even as a, I honestly think even as a pay to win player, you have to play more, but you're still able to get what you need. What you need is different from what there is slash what you want. So I feel like personally, if you're someone who cares about meta, you should not be complaining. Okay, don't be complaining, because you're not going for what you want, you're going for what you need. And if you're not playing for meta, you can still get whatever the fuck you want, unless you want every single unit. I think you're fine for that. Now, let's see what he's saying. It's free to play as long as you're not envious of other progress and don't care too much about arena. Personally, I think you could still get up there in arena. You would have needed to get a more decent reroll day one, for sure, for sure. I'm not taking that away from you guys, but saying that you couldn't compete at all as a free to play is wrong. One of the best free to play, but spending money really pays off in this game. Unlike other anime mobile gachas I've played, it really does help a lot early game. Later game, I'm telling you, whaling does nothing for me on JP now. You don't really get much ahead. Like, I have so much stamina, but it's like, okay, what the fuck do you want me to do with this? It's there. For what reason? Okay, like, I paid crystals, not really much to do. Even if like the same stuff from global packs, exactly the same, was on JP bar or KR bar for bar. At the end game, everyone is stable. The only things that whales really have more is the ability to get more substat rerolls, which is really the only thing. But to that point, you're still fighting bots, dog. It really ain't hard. I played many gachas before, not miHoYo type shit. But Black Clover has to be one of the most free-to-play ones I've ever seen, just because you can max dupe any unit without spending. This is already a lot, but they give you a free seasonal unit on top of that. Like, bro, why are some people even complaining? Like, some people are like, oh, I want to get Noelle and Julius. Well, you can. Don't summon for Noelle. Charmy's pretty good, but if you're really that stressed about getting Julius, don't summon. Like, Charmy isn't going to make or break your account. So, yeah. I'm totally free to play and doing fine. You won't be beating whales in PvP with maxed out characters, but that's just fine. You could complete 99% of content with free to play, just gotta be patient. I have to admit the temptation to spend is strong. I do agree with this. It makes it very nice to see like you can level up your units quicker. But once free to plays have their accounts built, which might take, I'd say about a month more, probably, you guys are fine. Honestly, you guys are fine. Early game really is rough. I'm not even kidding. But the later you get, I'm telling you, it really ain't bad. And max dupes, honestly, you speed ahead of them and you kill them right away, right? Like, I don't know. Valtos exists. People aren't building him yet, which I think once they realize Valtos exists, they're gonna be in love with Valtos. For now, I'll say it's free to play, but the game just launched, so obviously they're going to give it lots of stuff and bring more players in. I've seen a lot of games that start like this and then become super pay to win after the launch celebration hype ends. It's been out in other countries for a while and it's free to play friendly there as well, so it didn't just come out only just become playable to you is all. A lot of free stuff in early launch. They will do it again when shutdown happens. It's funny. So the thing is, they're probably going to have on like the 25th when Julius does come out, the selective 999 summon where you could get one of the SSRs you're missing from the unfeatured SSRs, which I think is one of the best things ever. Okay, and I think people will be like, damn, that's insane. And yeah, it's gonna be really good. If they don't bring that, I will be mad. I'm gonna make a whole video on that. I'm gonna rant with you guys. We're taking our pitchforks, we're taking our fire, and we are burning down the Garena headquarters if they don't bring us the 999 selective, because I need Rhodes. I haven't gotten Rhodes, but I've gotten every other good unfeatured but Rhodes, bro. I'm pissed. I need Rhodes. PvP is pay to win in 95% of gachas, so I feel that isn't a good argument for if a game is free to play friendly. In terms of everything else, free to play, getting a seasonal unit each season without even summoning is wild. Now the thing is, if a free to play focuses on one team, if they focus on Julius, okay, I'm telling you, Julius lasts forever, or at least for like 4, 5, 6 months. Maybe not on global, but like on JP for now. He came out in season 3. We're in season 7. He's still gonna stay good. So if we're considering that, you build Julius, then you start revolving the team around them. You could use that team dead ass for 3 or 4 months. So you, as a free-to-play, gotta focus in on one team. You may not be able to spread out to like pay-to-win players on maybe 2, 3, or 4 teams. But as a free-to-play player, if you really want to compete in high rankings, I recommend focusing in on one team. And once that team is perfectly built, then you could start branching out a bit more. But free-to-play players are able to contend. Okay, I've seen it done before. I've seen it do it on PvP in JP. I've seen it happen again on global, especially with Vulcan. He's probably higher ranked than me in Arena, right? So I think it's pretty good. Depends. If you're a hardcore PvP player, you need to pay to win. But if you just want to play PvE or collect characters, this game is healthy for free-to-play players. I think it is too. I think obviously, we could say some people in PvP will have an edge, but then you got to consider you're fighting a bot. They don't have a brain. They don't know who to target. They're going to target a tank. GG. So yeah. Now I want to go to these comments, see what people have to say. Is there anything with like a lot of likes? Okay, so it's a bad thing that they are rushing this, waiting 2 to 3 weeks after Noelle leaves. Wouldn't change much since you could pick her up for free anyway. What this done is take away the longevity of the game and gives it a cash grab feel. Also screws the majority of the player base by doing it so fast together. Now, for people who have like actually 0 summons, even though every single YouTuber is telling them not to summon that much, I said do a max of 50 pulls on Ryan list. Okay. So the reason why it doesn't really why it does change a lot is because of how boring the well was. I'm telling you, after 1 week of playing the well, I'm done. I don't want to play that meta without Julius anymore. Julius comes in, it becomes much quicker. You have more fun. You're able to kill, and that's great. But without Julius, oh my dear lord, okay, it's bad. So it does change a lot. Those 2 to 3 weeks is a long time, okay? Now, does it give a cash grab feel? I agree with you. It does. I think it could definitely give that. Now, I know this game wants to be a long-term project, so I'm just confused on why they're doing this, because January is going to be dead. Unless they give Vanessa some of the best dupes ever at Dupe 5 now, it is going to be dead, bro. And I'm not ready for that. I am not ready. I think you brush off a bit too easily. Okay, I want to go to this. I do want to go to this. I think you brush off a bit too easily how this could set in fatigue for players. It's a gacha game. People like to collect. There's a whole lot more casual players who don't care about tier lists, but rather how cool a character looks. That banners after Season 2 and Julius aren't meta defining doesn't mean other players can't get frustrated over what can be felt as too rapid banner releases. I've seen the complaints in other games, and I've seen the opposite complaints if it takes too long. I just want BCM to succeed and last long term. At least I could have around 300 summons saved up now, so I'm good, but I've also been very lucky on my rolls. So the thing is with this, fatigue. Okay, I get fatigue. Personally, I had droughts in BCM, right? I've been playing this game a while. I've been doing a lot of videos on it, and I got fatigued. Now, the thing is, if people like to collect and are only doing it for collecting purposes, that is their problem. I'm not gonna lie. They could get lucky, okay? And if they want the units, for that reason, just like pull, just buy. Because if you're not like being free to play, okay, I think there's some people who are free to play because they just don't have the money to spend, which that I respect, okay? There's some people who want it for a challenge. Like I know Vulcan does it because he wants a challenge, right? Now, even spending just a bit on this game does help a lot, but you are able to get still a lot of units, even if you don't spend anything, because they give you a lot of resources, right? And I feel that some people are kind of misreading it completely. Like, you could still get a lot of units a month. If you get even a bit lucky, then you're set. Now, I feel like I could agree with them somewhat. The rapid banner releases to me is good. Personally, I like it because I want stuff to do. But I get other people see it the opposite way. And that to me is fair. So this comment, I sort of agree with, but there's also the part where spending does come into play. But I don't think that Julius being brought up is a bad thing necessarily. But they kind of have to make up for it a bit. They have to give us a bit more pulls because Julius is so close. Don't think it is a bad thing that everyone can pick up Noelle for free. Anyways, that's the thing. Because like you can get Noelle for free. You can get a free seasonal every single season. And then later on it gets even better. Only 2 seasonals every single season. You don't understand. Like, it becomes super easy. I don't get... Like, that's the one thing. People are realizing like now it's gonna suck, but then season 5 rolls around and like the game becomes super easy. Actually, it makes the game more balanced. Noelle counters riot list, and yeah, I think I talked about this before. I feel like I did. Did I? Anyway, yeah. So like, yeah. Noelle counters the green team counters blue team counters red. So it's like it makes it a nice little circle, much quicker. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else that I could talk about in this video? Okay, this one. This is bad because they're making the mistake of front-loading the game's launch. This will lead to a drought guaranteed. Agreed. What are we going to get? Kyoto Kohono? No one cares about them. Okay, Julius came out. Kyoto has the exact same kit almost. Skill 1, single target. Skill 2, AoE. Skill 3, ultimate, single target. He's just Julius, right? Again. And then you got Kahono, who is just not as good as Charmy. That's it. There will be no reason to pull into Black Asta. Not really true. There's a lot of units that will be good. But see, that January period will be dead. Dead, okay? Creating a situation similar to KR and JP. Very agreed. Basically, everyone, including free-to-play, will have enough currency to pull whatever they want. Noelle was only an issue for content creators because she made content easier. Nah, it was... I responded to it, but I was saying that Noelle was an issue because she was boring. She made games last long. She just nullified everything else in the game. Okay? Yeah, okay, maybe I kind of get where he's going for this. No one watched the videos outside of how to build her. Same with Julius. So the thing is with Noelle, my thing with Noelle is that she was boring. She wasn't good for content, and she also made it so that a lot of the other units felt invalidated. More so the DPS than anything, because supports obviously will always stay relevant. We see how Mars, Radis, and Lotus are still very good on JP, but for a lot of the DPSs, it just like you need to keep on updating, right? Which did not happen right afterwards. What did we get? We got Kiato afterwards. They were not good, and then we got Vanessa. She was, oof. So yeah, that is definitely something that, you know, not great. Now let's go over to here, and yeah, so let's see what they have to say. Absolutely free to play friendly. The rates are great. Personally, I agree with this, but I feel like a lot of people don't. I don't know what it is, but I feel like 1% rate ups to me is pretty good. Dupes are needed for most units, and those that do need them can use universal dupes. Very true. You can get a seasonal for free. 3 main things, right? All you need from the season 2 banner is Noelle, maybe Charmy, but she's massively better than the SR. It's mainly just that the SSR Charmy is like really good in PvP, but that's it. I don't think like she is a must need for every team, right? Compared to Noelle. It's going to get more free to play friendly as it goes on because you no longer need to summon on random banners for characters that fit a color. Very true. You only summon on who you want to. And if we're being honest, like there's not many like fan favorites that came out. Like Fauna came out again. Very cool Fauna, by the way. Langris would be one of the fan favorites, and then Yuno, I guess, but Yuno was really boring. He was just a boring unit. Not even a bad unit, not a good unit. He was just boring. So I don't think people are going to summon for that. There's no hype around this whatsoever. So I don't know. They messed up this I really wanted him to be good, especially Langris too, and they kind of flopped. PvP wise, just everything wise, right? So that kind of sucked. That really did suck. All you have to do is to get Noelle with the Kia. She's a seasonal unit, and then go all out on Julius, as he ain't a seasonal unit, and is a good counter for Noelle, and then you can have fun. There you go. There you go. There you go. Let's see. Okay, most people saying pay to win haven't played many gotchas, could be way worse. True. We would want it to be as good as possible, and I think that this banner rush does screw some players over, but if you were being somewhat conservative, I think you should have been fine. Now, I could understand the approach where you're saying I shouldn't have to be conservative, but at that point, they're not making any money if you don't even need to. So, some pay to win aspect, sure. Like I said before, it's probably a 3 or 4 on the scale, but I'd say it's more free to play than pay to win. You got dupes for free, you got the seasonal key, pretty decent rates for the new rate up units, and yeah, to me that's nice. Also, every pickup, the mid months, right? The mid months usually, well, like the canon units technically go to the unfeatured, so all that is cool. And yeah, that's my personal thoughts. You let me know what parts you disagree with from this whole video, and maybe I'll feel like an idiot afterwards. You guys let me know. I hope this video was entertaining, was something you could watch. 30-minute video. Jesus Christ, I'm done.